That's right, you're getting a second video. Today we're going to talk about Zone, the Dogecoin treasury company, the only one officially sponsored by the Doge Foundation and House of Doge. And we're going to talk about how much they have, their market cap. We're also, really the most important thing I want to talk about today is the danger lurking in that ticker if you're not paying attention and how that could burn you. But before we get going, check out the channel memberships. We've got that stalagmite level where you get those real-time trade posts and members only videos where you see exactly what I'm doing it, when I'm doing it, why I'm doing it. You can ask me questions about it and I'll answer them within a reasonable amount of time as well. And a reasonable amount of time is usually 24 hours within that period, as long as I see it and something isn't going on in my life that I cannot. We've got Soda Straw where you get the badges, you get the emojis, early access to the videos while they are processing up to HD, which gives you about a 15 to 20 minute lead time on everyone else, plus priority reply to comments, select type. You get all that plus the member shout outs on top of that. If you want to support the channel, let's get into this thing. All right, so Zone is the Dogecoin treasury company. All right, it is currently at a market cap of $59.45 million. Keep that in mind. We understand that they currently, let's get up another calculator. The rest of those are going to come in a moment. But we know currently that they're holding 500 million Doge. Okay. We also know that Doge is currently trading at 29 cents. Okay. So times by 0.29, 29 cents. $145 million. So they're currently holding $145 million of Doge. We also know that they currently also have another $60 million on the sidelines for purchasing more Doge. So 145 plus 60. They currently have $205 million. 145 of that being just in Doge, and they plan on buying more. They're only halfway to the amount of Doge they want to get. So interesting for sure, especially when you take that divided by the market cap, which is currently 59.45, and you can see that currently the value of Zone is undervalued by 3.4 times. That's 344.82% below what the price should be, just based on the cash they have on hand and the Doge that they currently hold. Okay, so if we were to do that, 380, well, let me just do this, times by 380. Right, that's what the price was. Yes. Okay. It should currently cost about $13. Okay. They should be valued at about $13 given the current value of the Doge they hold and the cash they have on hand. And if they go to a billion, and that's with no premium, by the way. That's with no premium at all. If we're looking at a premium, so the highest SBET has gotten on their premium before is upwards of 6. This is the highest they've ever gotten. So $13 times 6, $78 if it gets a premium at the highest peak that SBET got, which was 6. If it goes with like the highest NAV MicroStrategy has had in the last couple of years, we're looking at about 2.7. So $35 would be a value, just the value of the Doge they have and cash on hand, plus a premium of 2.7, which is the highest that MicroStrategy has gotten compared to Bitcoin in the past. Okay, if they do the 1 billion Doge, right? We get a billion Doge, which is their target. 1 billion Doge. Doge goes to its previous all-time high of 76 cents. Now this is the pie in the sky moment. This isn't happening. This isn't real. This is all speculation right now, as is everything. Of course, nothing I say is financial advice, not a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset whatsoever. You got to do your own research, come to your own conclusions, and be responsible for your own risk, because investing is risky and you've got to be prepared to lose it all. All right, 76 cents. That'd be $760 million. All right, that's what they'd be sitting on if they had a billion Doge and Doge went back to the previous all-time high. Okay. All right, divide that by the current market cap. So 760 divided by 59.45. We'd be looking at a 12x from here. That's with no premium. If we add a premium of 3, which is not uncommon for treasury companies to achieve by now, that's 38 times current price. That'd be $145. There's your $145. They get a billion Doge. Doge goes back to the previous all-time high of 76 cents. While they have a billion Doge, they get a 3x multiplier on it, which is not uncommon during FOMO, on treasury companies. You could be seeing $145. Now, let me go pop that little hopium bubble for you real quick as well. So this is the part where we talk about the dangers. All right, so here are the dangers of zone. So zone, right now, it's making higher highs and higher lows. That's pretty great. Gotta love all that, right? The next higher high above $7 would be pretty cool, which I think it already kind of did in pre-market. If I go back here, yeah, one time it did do it in pre-market, which is pretty cool. And we actually came down and made a higher low than that previous one back here, which was technically a lower low than back here, but I digress. We're going back to the daily chart because I prefer to look at that one right now. All right. So here is the fly in the ointment. And that fly in the ointment is their shares outstanding. Let me go here, not that one, here. Okay, shares outstanding, right here, right here. So this was November 12th, 2024. They had 8,244,251 shares of common stock for zone. Okay, I want you to put that in your brain right now. If we go to the next SEC filing, and this SEC filing was November 12th, 2024. Okay, this one here is from, you can see down here, September 4th, 2025. This one doesn't tell us exactly outright the outstanding shares, but this little section right here, you can see that they are showing you like certain owners and their percentage of outstanding shares, right? So this person with 200,000 shares has 1.9% of the stock. This person here with 1.1125 million shares has 9.9% of the stock. That's 10%. So this number here is 10% of the current outstanding shares as of September 4th, 2025. That's a lot higher than 8 million. If that's 10%, we're looking at 11 million shares, or about 30 some odd percent higher than the current, than the previous outstanding shares, and that's just from November to September. So in 1 year, about 37% more shares out there than before, which means the market cap needs to reach 37% higher than it did before in order to reach previous highs. Okay, or in the case of what we're looking at, market cap value might end up being like, let's say, oh, sorry, that's a different thing. Let me bring up all the calculators. It's been a while since I brought up all the calculators. This is calculating the current outstanding shares using this one here that was 11.8%. So we get 11.217 million shares. Okay. This one right here is showing how much more that is than the November outstanding shares, which was 8.2 million, which is right here. You can see that 11.2 million divided by the 8.2 million, and that gives us a 36% increase in shares. Okay. 36% increase in shares. So we said before 145, I believe, was the highest. So we need to lose 36% off of that. So we'd be looking at taking that down by about 64 or 63.6%, 63.6%, right? If they're going to continue to dilute throughout the end of the year. Now, they haven't yet. I don't know when they're going to, but I fully expect that they're going to, unless they get massive private equity investment for this Doge treasury of theirs. But the most common way everyone likes to do this in this sector is to just dilute on top of your head as a retail investor. So that is what I'm going to expect. That is what I'm going to plan for. So anyways, we take this 66, was it 63.6, 63.6? Yes, 63.6. $92. So about $92 is what I'm looking at, somewhere in that range, between 92 and 145 for zone, assuming they don't dilute us by hundreds of percent, which is what many of the Bitcoin miners have done, which is what many of the other treasury companies have done. So they could dilute us by hundreds of percent. And then we would only be getting, if they did 100%, right? Like let's say they diluted 100% from here. We're looking at $72 as the highest potential high. If they dilute by even more, right? We're looking at, 145 times by 0.25. If they dilute by even more, 36 is the highest potential high, which is still a 10x from here. But you have to understand that this is one where you must watch the shares outstanding. You must pay attention to them. You must be looking at the SEC filings. These SEC filings, you got to go and look at these boring things. This is one where you must visit the SEC website. This is the Edgar database. You search for zone. I mean, you can just type into Google zone SEC filings, and you have to pay attention to these things. You got to look at these things. And whenever there's a new one coming, just open it, see what's happening. So the most recent one was 9/12. So let me open that one, and let me open the one from 9/09. So this is from that, and then I come in here, and you can type in shares, see if that comes in. So somebody purchased 5 million shares, cool. There's only one. All right, let's see if there's anything for outstanding. There isn't. So because what you're looking for is outstanding shares. That's the thing you're looking for. If there's a change in outstanding shares, you want to know about it. So we come through the SEC filings and we look. So there's 21. So we're gonna go ahead and change that to shares, and now it's down to 6 instead of having to parse through 21 different instances. So we're looking if there's any release of information regarding that. Okay. Here we go. As of the recorded date, there were 1.8 million shares of Class A common stock and 14 million shares of B common stock issued and outstanding. So that's even higher than what I expected. Yeah, that's even higher than I thought. So we got to go back and recalculate right now, right here in the video. We got to go back and recalculate. So I think that was it. So 14 million. They've actually diluted by 71% since November of last year. So they've already diluted more since the beginning of the month. And so there were 11 million, and they went up by 2 million more shares. So we got 14,104, 499 divided by 11,217,856. They've already diluted by 25% more shares just in the last couple of weeks. Okay, 25% more shares are out there than there were just a couple of weeks ago on this one. So you've got to pay attention to this. If this starts exploding, if these outstanding shares start doubling, tripling, something like that, it's time to leave from this, because or significantly lower your expected highest price from hundreds to double digits instead. Instead of triple digits, you're looking at double digits at the highest. So that's my word of caution, my word of warning with Zone. You must be looking at the SEC filings. You must understand that dilution is real. Dilution is happening. It's already up 71% from the beginning of 2025, and it's already up 25% just this month. And they could balloon these shares to the point where that $380 you're paying for it right now is actually overpaying. So pay attention to that very carefully. If these shares get out of hand, you better believe I'll be leaving Zone quickly. So don't get married to this thing. Don't go, oh, Doge go up, this go up. No. They can issue more shares, and those shares can absolutely destroy your profits. So I'm in it for now because I'm expecting an explosive move pretty quickly, but I don't trust them. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't trust them. So I will be watching this very closely. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description, as well as the channel bio. Check out the channel memberships, especially that's the Lag My level, where you can see the real-time posts for trades and members-only videos, where I will be going over this in real time. If I see this dilution come through quickly, I will be posting about it for Stalagmite like immediately, and then when I'm able to make a video, I will make a video about it. You believe me there, because that's content, and that's really important content in my opinion. But sometimes that might happen, or I might notice it when I don't have time to make a video for hours, afterwards. So check that out and have a profitable day.